G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Turbo Tristan here. Today we have another project car for the channel.
Another one? Really? Enough, man, enough.
Yes, another one. I know I've got 4 cars that don't run, 2 there, 2 out there, but we're going to have another one and we're going to make it not run by the end of this episode because we're going to pull it all apart and let's check out what car it is. Here we have a 2003 Honda Accord CL9 manual Euro. Some people call it a TSX overseas, but it's a manual with a K24 A3 engine. And this is going to be our budget enduro car. And we've got the guys from work. So this is a group project. It's not just me, but we're doing it here. We've got Chris, very smart guy, engineer. We've got Stig, he's our suspension guy. We've got Josh. What do you do, Josh?
He's the money man.
I'm the numbers man.
You're the numbers man.
Yeah.
Nick's along for the ride. What do you do, Nick?
Engineer.
Engineer as well. And John,
Brakes.
he's our brakes guy. And I'm just the idiot with the shop that's gonna help pull it apart and drive it. So we're gonna get stuck into it today. In today's video, we're gonna do 0 to 100 full weight. We're gonna weigh the car and then we're gonna do some maintenance stuff and get to work stripping absolutely everything out that we possibly can and see if that makes a difference to the 0 to 100s. And we're hoping that this thing is gonna help us take some W's. First of all, the question that everyone's probably going to be asking is, that's a pretty flash car for a budget racing series. We actually picked this one up for $1,500, which is an absolute bargain. You can't even buy the engine and the gearbox for that much these days, but thanks to Stig and the boys, we found a car for $1,500 and now the fun begins. We'll go around this way.
All right.
Chris, what do you reckon?
I reckon 1,560.
I reckon 1480.
1412.
1470 then.
1450.
I'll say 1495. All right, so we're totally off the lift. Someone got a calculator?
Yeah, I've got XL open.
XL is open.
Yep.
Hang on, Stig's moving the ship. 268 left rear.
258.
258.
26825.
1394.
All right, I'll have to watch the video back to see who's closest unless you guys remember.
No, we're all way too heavy, I think.
Way too heavy.
Way too heavy.
Well, that means
It's got no fuel in it.
it's got half a tank. It's got half a tank of fuel. So we're at, what was it, 13?
Call out your measurements, John. 447 over there.
424.
424. Front left.
Rear left.
270. Rear left.
Rear right. Yep.
259.
Very, very scientific here. We've got Josh doing the science.
1400 on the knocker.
Really? On the knocker now. Not bad.
1400. Now, so we're at 1400 exactly. What do we reckon it's going to be once we pull out all of this crap that's in the car? Do you reckon there's 200 or 300 kilos of crap in there?
No, I'm gonna go with conservative. I'd say 150, 160-ish.
All right.
Yeah, I reckon 140-ish. I was going to go 150 out.
No, everyone's just like, alright.
That's about what you'd expect.
What do you reckon, Stig?
With side trims and door panels?
Everything except for the driver's seat.
I love the Mazda strategy with it. Just
170.
I'm an overachiever. I'm going 200.
I'm going 300 because why not?
Oh, he's going to drill some speed holes.
But we've got the engine running. The reason why we need to heat the engine up, we're going to do a carbon clean out of the whole intake and the head. All the boys are ripping apart the car. It's been about, let's say 10 minutes, 15 at the most. And we've got all of that out. Just destroying the interior. Fair bit of sand in there. This will help with weight reduction. Yeah, so getting off all of this. Carpets coming out, center consoles coming out, and pretty much all of the cream trim under the dash is going to come out.
Yeah, just that one there, John.
Heaps of stuff there in the boot. So it's all coming out. We even had some water in here, bloody hell. So I'll check back in a minute. The engine's probably almost warm enough, so we're going to turn the engine off and coat it full of that stuff. So the engine's warm. We've switched it off. And I've got out the engine conditioner. This is from 3 Bond. 3 Bond, hit us up for some sponsorship, mate. This stuff is pretty much what they use, even though they won't tell you, on Subarus. Every single service to clean out the flat engines, carbon and crap. So what we need to do, this car's a drive-by-wire, so we can't touch the throttle. Never open the throttle manually with a drive-by-wire car. What you need to do is flick the ignition on, so that it's got power. So what you need to do is get a friend. If you don't have a friend, get a brick or something and just hold the pedal flat with the ignition on. That will open the throttle, and then shake the heck out of this and pump it all in there, and it actually foams up. And what you want to do is pump half of the can in there. Anywhere else there are any vacuum lines in and around the intake. All right, so the second spot we're going to do is this breather port here. And that's, you can already see the crap coming out of that. It might be an idea, if you're really serious about it, is to pull all of this off and give that a good clean out, but we're going to just do this for now. Once you've emptied about half the can in the car, you just let it sit for about 15 minutes. We're going to have a pizza break and come back after that, start the car up. Heaps of smoke and crap's going to come out the back, and we're going to empty the other half of the can in, and that's going to decarbonize, clean out all of the oil vapors and crap that's been building up inside the intake for the last 250,000 Ks, and give us a nice fresh start so it breathes well at the racetrack. Pizza break is sorted. We've let the foaming goop in the intake sit for around 15-20 minutes. We're about to fire the car up, and it's going to be pretty smoky, but trust me, it's good.
There you go, Jono.
Hit it, sir. Oh. Now check this out. This is all the carbon and crap coming out of the exhaust. All right, so I stuffed up. I thought that box was cruise control. It was actually a cable for the drive-by-wire throttle, which is really weird. Normally they have a sensor on the pedal, but they don't. They have it in the engine bay, which is really, really odd for me. But I'll get another cable. I got a bit excited and cut it off. That's bizarre. Why would there be a... Yeah, I don't know. We have managed to clean out the air intake, so that's one thing checked off the list, and one big fail from me. Back to pulling this stuff out of the car. The car's all stripped out now, and we found a ton of cash under the seats and carpet. How much did we get, Chris?
$40.
We'll just show you how much we've taken out. So all the boot lining is out. There was actually some pretty heavy foam trims that go in each wheel guard to stop noise. Seats are gone, speakers are gone. If we check in here, the entire carpet, roof lining, everything is out of the car. all gone. So we've just put one seat back in there. Now we've already weighed these. The seats weigh 20 kilos each. So we've just got one in there. We are going to put some race seats in here, which will probably weigh as much as one seat when they're both in there. I've put a Type R gear knob on, which I had laying around. Still got to vacuum it out. We've got the scales back underneath the car. We're going to weigh it now and see how much we took out. Front left is 391.
Front right,
432.
rear left,
225.
rear right.
231.
Moment of truth. What do we get, Mr. Numbers?
1279. So we've lost 121.
121?
Nice.
Come on.
And that seat weighs 20 that's in there now.
Yep.
We weighed that on its own.
We've still got the full dual exhaust on there with all the resonators and the cats. They've got to come out. It's definitely something, and it's going to put a lot of the weight lower down to the ground. All the stuff around here is all out, so it's going to have a lower center of gravity and a lot of traction in the front. Well, the fellas have gone. I couldn't film with them around. Everyone was having a bit of a chat, a bit too loud. They had a couple too many beers and were a bit too loud. I took the car to Mexico. When I went to Mexico, customs took my camera off me, but I did do some 0 to 100 and also a quarter mile in the car. So I'll put those here up on the screen right now. The car currently does have a bit of an issue shifting gears at high RPM, like at 7,000, it won't go into gear, so you got to sort of give it a bit of a double clutch, not granny shifting, all that sort of stuff. Not a bad time. I think it was 8 point something seconds. It'll be here on the screen anyway. There's a couple of flat spots in the run where I had to slow down and double clutch so I could get it into gear. Didn't like shifting at 7,000 RPM. But we've stripped the car out. We've saved 120 kilos. Everybody was way off. We now have a race car. It is being stripped out. We do have a set of 17-inch Honda Accord Euro wheels, which are going on there. Better than these 16-inch wheels, which we will sell. I'm not sure what those wheels are off, but they are going on Marketplace soon. In the next episode, the guys are going to come around mid next week, and we're going to fit some Max Peating Rods coilovers. Sometime next week, I think mid to late next week, the boys are going to come over after work. We're going to do another working bee, which will be fitting the Max Peating Rods coilovers, getting a bit more low. John from Protex Brakes is going to bring over some front and rear Protex disc rotors and pads. So we're going to get those on, probably give the car a service, bleed the brakes, all that sort of stuff, get it sitting nice. Once we took out all of that weight, you'd be surprised at how high the car is lifted off the ground. We've got the vehicle weights before and after, saving all those kilos. So I'll put all that information up on the screen right now so you guys can have a look at what we've done. It is Friday night. I have to do a hell of a lot of work on the VL. Sunday, I'm getting this street tuned from my friend Evan at Unigroup. So I can drive that and get it ready to take to a proper dyno and do a proper tune on it. But I've got to paint the VL engine bay. There's so much that I've got done on the engine under here, which I will unveil. Once I've got the engine bay painted and it's ready to accept the new engine. So I'm going to pack up, get some sleep. Don't forget everyone, spool up, bring the boost, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.